let's go. That's a shout out to Ollie. Okay, so pork chops, Cahokia rice, and a garlic cream sauce. We're gonna have a little of our Venom. This is a Chenin Blanc 2017, so kind of the same style as a Boubray from France. Love this wine, will pair nicely. Okay, so we're going to start with our pork chops. Your pork chops are in your vacuum seal bags, and they are already ready to go. I vacuum sealed them with the brine, so you should not need to season them at all. Okay, so we're going to go right into a pan, hot pan, just a little oil in there. I'm going to flip it, then we're going to go into the oven for about 5 minutes or so. You want to get it until it's 155 degrees. Our ovens might run a little hotter than yours at home, just so you know. So don't go exactly by my timing. As soon as we get that in the oven, we're going to start our rice. So I gave you guys all a package of Cahokia brown rice. You can actually buy this at Harvest Market in Champaign now. So Cahokia brown rice made right here in Illinois. We cook that off. We do it, I think it's a 2.5 to 1 ratio. And I gave you guys chicken stock to cook your rice off in, so that's going to give it a little more flavor. So we just want to get a nice sear on there, mark on both sides, and I'm actually going to switch pans to go in the oven, and we're going to use this pan to make our sauce.
Very smart.
Our pan sauce. Alright, now I'm going to start this one, and you have some parsnips, some onions, some sweet potato. We just diced this up and roasted it off. Some carrots, and then the frozen tomatoes. I love using the frozen tomatoes all year. It adds tomato flavor from those nice fresh tomatoes you get in the summer. All right, that goes into the oven. I'm gonna let that pan cool for just a second. I'm going to add some of my onion in here, save a little bit for my sauce. My parsnips, my sweet potatoes, and my carrots. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of salt and a little pinch of pepper. And then over here, we're going to go into this pan with the onion. Oh boy. See, if you do that at home, you have to clean it up yourself, when I can make these guys do it later.
That's true.
Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of garlic into my rice mix, and then I'm going to save the rest of the garlic for my sauce. Now we're going to go into the rice.
Close enough.
A little white wine. Any white wine's fine. We use Chardonnay here most of the time. Then the tomatoes. Tomatoes should break up and become quite juicy, since they were the frozen ones. And the farmer that we get those from takes them directly from the field and puts them into the freezer within the same afternoon. So they don't sit around or anything. They go from the field to the freezer. So you still get this nice fresh tomato in the winter. All right. Now back to our sauce. Well, I like a lot of garlic. So onion and garlic. Everybody's favorite ingredient. I gave you guys 6 or 7 little butters. You can add as little or as much as you want. Remember, what I'm doing is just for one person. You guys are going to be cooking for 4. good. So we only have a couple more ingredients we're going to add here. No, that's just a drink.
Oh,
Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and add my wine in here now. Just a little splash of white wine. If you don't have white wine, you can use water. That's perfectly fine. And then you have some spinach. So we're going to take some spinach, add the spinach into the sauce, add the spinach into the rice. And this dish will be available all weekend. And then the final thing we're going to add to our sauce, our lovely cream. So just that quickly, what are we on, like 4 or 5 minutes?
oh yeah, 6 to 10 actually.
Okay. So just that quickly, there's our garlic pan sauce. There's our beautiful rice. And our pork chop. So to finish the pork chop now, I'm going to crank on some heat again. Go in the pan, a little butter, and I gave you guys some fresh oregano to use. So I'm going to put the oregano up there, or I have different herbs here, but I gave you guys oregano. Sauce looks good. Number one rule for everything,
Taste it.
taste it. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, now to finish. We're going to baste some butter. And it's going to pick up a little bit of that fresh herb flavor on there as well, even though most of the seasoning is coming from the brine. All right, I think our pork is ready. Let's get it on a plate. Beautiful winter vegetable rice. And our beautiful pork chop. And finally, our garlic cream sauce.
That looks so good.
So there's our final dish. Winter vegetable, Cahokia brown rice, your brine pork chop that we pan roasted, and then your garlic cream sauce right on top.
Beautiful.
Enjoy, guys. Talk to you next week.